Let's approach this from a big picture perspective. Christian Pulisic is now a FIFA Club World Cup champion. Does it mean something, nothing, or everything for the young American star?
Everything. How's it not going to mean everything for him? Listen, as a player, what you do is you try to play to win trophies. Christian Pulisic, amidst all this adversity, if you will, over the last 12 months with injuries, with a change in position to right wing back, to all of a sudden a false nine, to him not playing well in the octagonal with the United States men's national team, World Cup qualifying. Amidst everything, he added another trophy to his resume. And not just any trophy, a Club World Cup, a final, a world final, if you will. Christian Pulisic is a winner. And if anything, this proves that winning mentality. It'd be very easy for a player to come on the 31st minute and just say, I didn't warm up properly. I wasn't even ready to come in and play. It could have been very easy to pack it in, phone it in, mail it in, whatever you want. It wasn't the case. He was actually, I thought, the best offensive player that they had on the day. You said dangerous. I echo that. He's just dangerous, but he needs to feel it. Oftentimes he overthinks it, and I think him coming on at that minute allowed him just to feel it.
I don't think it's everything because I don't think this is as big as like a Champions League final. To me, that was the everything moment to him. Nope, of course. You got to win your Champions League to get to this tournament. I'm not agreeing with the Craig Burleys of the world that call this a plastic cup, right? I think that's a very European perspective. If you go pretty much anywhere else in the world, they'll tell you just how important the FIFA Club World Cup is. Especially because he was using it to City's benefit, and City would kill to be that tournament. Right. I think this is something for a couple reasons. One, this was an emergency situation, right? Like no coach, if you're Thomas Tuchel, do you in the first half hour of a game, Herc, do you want to be faced with a need to make a change? Right. So in an emergency, the first guy that he turned to, the first guy off the bench was Christian Pulisic. And I think Pulisic answered the call and answered the call really, really well. So we talk all the time about Pulisic and Tuchel's relationship. I don't know if you saw the image after the game, but there's a pretty intense hug between the two of them. And I wonder if as we look for Pulisic to maybe get more of the faith from the manager, a performance like this might go quite a ways there. It is something for like U.S. soccer, right? Big picture. We have to say that. It's some type of watershed moment, even if it isn't maybe him starting in the Champions League final. I guess my question here is, if he's going to be the guy in these games, right, we really want to see him not just play in these games, but maybe start in these games, dominate these games. We didn't see that in this game. We didn't see it in the Champions League final. Do you still think Christian Pulisic is maybe the top of the list of the American player to eventually break through to that level, to really make this everything?
You know,
you've said in the past that like a guy like Gio Reyna is like higher ceiling.
You know, I feel that Gio Reyna has the highest ceiling of any player, but the moment right now, he's 23.
Pulisic's much closer, right?
He's not only is he much closer, I mean, he's 23 years old. He's still got so much more time ahead of him, bearing injury. But if you want to go through the last 12 months, if direction will put up that crazy, the last 12 months, he's won the U.S. Men's National Team Player of the Year, a Champions League, the UEFA, the Super Cup. He's also won the Nations League against Mexico, and he scored against Mexico in the World Cup qualifications. It's just an outrageous 12 months. And this is a player that's not really, you would say, in those 12 months, scratched the surface. I mean, that quarterfinal and semifinal. We'd call it a bad 12 months, wouldn't we? I mean, like the narrative around Christian Pulisic is that he's had this bad 12 months. But you look at the trophy haul, and it's historic. Not just for an American player, for any player, right? For any player. I don't care what country you're from. That is a good 12 months. Jorginho with those 12 months is voted Ballon d'Or like nominee. You know what I mean? So take that into consideration about how we hold the standard of what is Christian Pulisic right now. Christian Pulisic, look, you can see right there, it's very impressive for a 23-year-old, and I agree with what you're saying. We expect that because in those 12 months, what we've seen is, wait a second, quarterfinal against Porto, he was the best player on the field. Semifinal against Real Madrid, the first leg, he scored the goal against Real Madrid, then an assist. You're just like, this player shows you flashes that he could be amongst the world's best, but they are flashes. And that's what gets people triggered. They want to see Christian Pulisic all the time do this.
Yeah, and maybe in the final they also want to see him take advantage of the opportunities. Because in this game, to the point of something, nothing, everything, there was 2 chances in the second half, 1 in extra time. If he finishes one of those, this is indeed then an everything moment, an everything performance.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.